Welcome to the Backlash. This is the show that barely happens every week, twice a week. Just before we went live, Starlink was down internationally. I was like, all right, well,
that's that.
That's that. Yet here we are. Thank you, Elon Musk.
Thank you for getting it back up. I mean, I tweeted at him and it went back online within 30 seconds.
I'm sure he read it.
Which shows the collaboration between the far right and Elon Musk.
Yes,
and how
exactly.
close we are, hand in glove with one another.
I'm sure Elon Musk saw that tweet and he was like, oh,
I better hop two for Dave.
Hop two, gotta do it.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Dave?
You know, I'm doing great.
Are you?
Yeah. We, the kids are, one of our eldest is off doing a little sleepover with grandparents.
Oh, that's amazing.
The house was so quiet this morning.
Yeah.
You know, there was no noise, no screaming, no crying.
Wow.
It was wonderful.
Seems like you got one problem.
This show?
That too. You can find us on X at Real Backlash, our website, thebacklash.net. Support us on Subscribestar at The Backlash, Patreon at The Backlash. What else we got? Please send your questions for Harrison Smith, which will be read live to our website.
Super chats.
To our super chats, thebacklash.net/super chat. We also can now remarkably get super chats for the time being. I don't even know how this is possible. At Real Backlash.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Right? If you go to our YouTube page at Real Backlash,
you can send.
We have a criminally low subscriber count, by the way. Please go subscribe.
Sub to us over there.
But yeah, you can actually send us super chats.
Sub to us on YouTube. Rumble. That is Backlash Podcast. I think that's everything. We want to thank our sponsors, the wonderful Atlas Bullion, where you can buy your silver and gold. We'll be talking about them later. North Idaho Tallow. You can get skincare products with no endocrine disruptors. And, of course, the company that needs no introduction, Antelope Hill Publishing. We'll talk about them later as well.
Wonderful.
Okay.
We're good. And now,
who's our guest? Who's our wonderful guest today?
Our guest today is the one and only Harrison Smith, the host of the American Journal on Infowars. He is a handsome genius and the future president of the Independent Republic of Texas. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you for joining us today, Harrison. How are you?
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure.
See, he's into the Japan stuff too.
Good. Yeah.
You're into that.
A little bit.
The Japanese, many of them are honorary. They get honorary status. I don't care what anybody says. I love the Japs. Japan was the coolest place I've ever been in my life. We're going to go again next spring. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I love the Japanese.
Same here.
Yeah?
What I loved about Japan was it was a reminder that all of the crap that we see in America is not just incumbent on modernity. You don't just have to deal with all this crap. It's like Japan is both more advanced than us and doesn't deal with all of the crap we have to deal with.
Oh,
so it sort of just shows the lie that I feel like is sort of subconsciously seated, where it's like, well, it's just modernity. Things are crazy. What are you going to do? It's the modern world. It's like, doesn't have to be.
No.
Does not have to be.
A lot of it is the complete absence of black people.
Well, starting off early.
It is. I've told the story.
Only had half a cup of coffee.
I've told the story a million times. When I was in Tokyo and I look over, there's a line of 100 bikes, none of them locked up. It didn't even occur to the people parking those bikes.
Did anyone tell Owen Benjamin that?
Yeah, really. It didn't even occur to the people parking those bikes. They're like, oh, well, why would somebody steal my bike? And that's because there are no black people.
See, I'm just planning on, my parents got me this.
What is that?
A little, here, there we go. How's that? Is that good?
What is it? What is it?
Holy water.
Oh, good. Okay.
I was going to bring this.
I'm like, it burns.
Next time I go into the city, I'm going to put this next to my gun, so just in case I need to escalate a little bit. I've got the holy water spritzer.
Just spray it up.
Keep the demons away.
Harrison, why don't you tell us a little bit about your work, how you got started? Just give us a little intro to Mr. Smith.
Yeah, sure. Well, I host the American Journal on Infowars each and every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, 8 to 11 a.m. On Infowars.com/show. Although I didn't host today, and I might not host tomorrow because I'm a little bit under the weather.
Boo.
I'm actually very under the weather.
Oh, no.
But we scheduled
Listen,
we scheduled this interview like a month ago, and I was like, you know what? I can do it. I can do it for however long this show is. I can tough it out. and make it happen.
I'm going to tell your boss that you're playing hooky from work today. I'm going to call Alex and be like, listen, you've got a problem. You need a new host. I will move to Austin, Texas.
You don't look very sick.
Well, thank you very much. No, I mean, it's some crazy. I think I caught a sickness at Ron Paul's 90th birthday party. So I don't know if somebody was spiking the punch or something, but my whole family was out last week, and then it hit me this weekend.
Here we go. We finally got his X account at Harrison H. Smith on Twitter. And I think you also started like your own little podcast thing. Is that right? Moonbase Live? Is that still going?
Yeah. Moonbase Live is the show I do. We try to do it every Wednesday evening, myself and my friend John, who goes by Lebanon John. And that really started, like I started that account when Infowars was supposed to be shut down the first time, just as a place to go live and have an outlet. So we just say, every week we do a show. It's pretty low key, but it's just something I want to keep going in case, the hammer comes down and Infowars gets shut down. And I need a place to point people to that they're at least used to going to already. So yeah, Moonbase Live on Rumble is where we do that.
The resilience of Infowars.
Well, is there something new happening? I heard that are the feds coming back? They're going to try again to seize Alex's equipment. Is that happening?
Yes. So as far as I understand it, it's been kicked back to state court. The state court has already given the orders to the sheriffs to, go in and confiscate everything. They haven't acted on it, and they won't act on it until they give us the orders. And then we have like several days. All of this is like speculation and gossip, by the way. So, I mean, all of this might be incorrect, and all of it might not matter because they kind of just do whatever the hell they want anyway, no matter what. So, theoretically, there's a stay on the whole process because of a federal injunction, I think. I don't even know if these words are right. I mean, the whole thing is so confusing. So technically, they shouldn't be allowed to shut us down until it goes through the federal courts, but they have tried before without an order to shut us down. And at one point, I was literally mid-sentence when our internet was cut, and we were shut down, and we had to jump over to these backup studios we have. So regardless of how things go, we are going to continue operation in one form or another. And so if you do want to support us, you can go to thealexjonesstore.com, and you can go to thealexjonesstore.com/Harrison if you want to support me in particular. But they're not going to stop us. Like, they're not going to stop us one way or another, but they are abusing the hell out of the court system. And the latest is, they've issued the orders to take all of our stuff, and we're sort of waiting on whether or not they try to do that.
Right. I mean, obviously they're using lawfare. Doesn't Alex Jones owe like $6 gazillion, some insurmountable amount of money?
Number, yeah.
What is it?
Billions and billions of dollars, yeah.
In damages to the Sandy Hook family. It's just incredible that they're able to do this.
Jeez. If he had kept hold of that Bitcoin that Max Kaiser had given him, he'd be able to pay.
Don't remind him.
Paid it off all in one big chunk.
Listen, none of us want to talk about
it's completely
Bitcoin.
Outrageous, and they're totally abusing the court system in like a variety of different ways. I'm like shocked that it has gone on as long as it has, because every step of the way it's been completely absurd. I mean, every decision that's made is just like mind-blowing how they even think they're going to get away with this. And it's funny because it's almost like if they just wouldn't be scumbags, like they would have had Infowars already. Like, the whole thing was that they wanted to buy it with Onion and Bloomberg and all these other people are involved, but the Onion wanted to buy Infowars, and they could have just bought us outright. Like, it was an auction and they could have just put the most amount of money, but instead they had to do this thing where they were like using the money that Alex was owed because of a judgment that's still in appeals. And so they were doing all this like weird, financial wizardry to try to make it look like it was the bigger bet, the bigger, auction submission, and it just wasn't. And it's like, they have the cash, they have hundreds of millions of dollars. Why would they not just buy us outright? It's like they can't. It's like they have to try to scheme it somehow. So they aren't actually using any money. They're using Alex's money that's owed to them in the future, and it's just nonsense. And so really their own scheming always comes back to bite them.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're leveraging how unpopular his opinion on Sandy Hook was to make him seem like he's such a deplorable person. And then that's the way that they're using the lawfare. It's like the quality copy of what he said, that's what they're using. It's really abominable. So I recently, go ahead. Sorry.
To me, the most important thing to understand about the Sandy Hook lawsuit is you can go into Google News archives, you can search Alex Jones and Sandy Hook, and there's basically not a single article that even has these two phrases in it until a week after Donald Trump got elected. And 1 week after Donald Trump got elected, they decided we're going to tie Trump to Alex, we're going to tie Alex to Sandy Hook, and it was all a political operation, specifically because of Alex Jones's effectiveness in getting Donald Trump elected in 2016.
Of course.
So it was not a problem right until until Alex's personality actually interfered in the political process. And then they decided they need to go after him for something. And they, in my opinion, they found Sandy Hook and said, that's the one, we'll go after him for that.
It's definitely punitive. This morning I watched your debate with Misfit Patriot. I actually regret it. I regret watching that.
Yeah, if you can call it that.
It wasn't a debate, really. It was just him talking at you using his propaganda, whatever he's getting paid for, to say, Misfit Patriot is an interesting character because he seems to represent this part of the right that's still Zionist patriotic. But it seemed to me like it's obvious he is getting paid out, that he is kind of a mouthpiece, that he is a character that is being developed by some forces. Do you agree with me? Do you think that he's organic? I mean, this is somewhat of a rhetorical question because there's just no way.
There's no way of knowing. I mean, according to him, behind the scenes, he said he did not get paid anything. And both me and Alex Stein were like, what, dude, you do this for free? That's great. That's crazier than you being paid. I can't believe you do this and aren't getting compensated for it. Cause God, I would charge out the wazoo if I was humiliating myself like this on a regular basis. So, it's funny because he clearly has sort of like rote memorization. He just sort of memorizes talking points, but then he's not really good at when to deploy them. So at one point, we're talking about destroying all of Gaza, and he's like, whatever, that's like if Detroit was destroyed. And me and Alex Stein are like, yeah, that would be bad. What the hell are you talking about? And it's like, I think clearly there's some talking point about comparing Gaza to Detroit, but he didn't deploy it in the right way. He instead deployed it in a way that was like, I don't care if an American city gets nuked, and it's like, you're a weirdo,
and he did
dude.
the same thing with talking about how Israel is like Canada to him. And then there was another one. He's like, well, are you talking about, I love it when people do this. Tucker likes to do this. Are you talking about Jews? Or are you talking about the Israeli government? The Israeli government, because they want to box you in and be like, well, it's not possible that the Israeli government controls our giant bureaucratic government. And you made a really good point. Well, Elon Musk, he controls the tech sphere, and he's just one. Well, he's got so many employees. It's like, that's how these things work. There is a vanguard, and then they establish control over various systems through nepotism and money. I mean, he was so mystified by this concept that single individuals can have tremendous international power. It was so disingenuous. I wanted to punch him between his small beady eyes.
Well, there's a reason that the icon of the Illuminati is a pyramid, right? It's because you got a very small number of people at the top, but then they delegate and they have, networks underneath them that do what they say. It's really the most simple thing you can imagine. It's not hard to understand.
Right. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, we'll keep going. It's fine. I'll paste it together.
Paste it? Oh, sorry.
Wahhead Rex has it right. Mentions Illuminati, knocked offline.
I know, right?
Boy. Yeah.
We were talking about these people that are clearly being distributed talking points. Asking, well, are you talking about the Israeli government? Or are you talking about Jews? Which, of course, you know that if you say the Israeli government, they're going to try to act like it's impossible for them to be controlling us. And if you say Jews, they're going to be like, you're an anti-Semite. You're an anti-Semite. So how do you navigate questions like this? It's of my personal opinion that we should just be like, this is a spiritual warfare and we're talking about Jews.
It depends on who I'm talking about at the time. I mean, I think the way I responded to it during the debate is you're clearly falling for a psyop, which is the conflation of these two things, which, Israel obviously uses the shield of Judaism to protect itself from criticism by saying that if you criticize them, you're anti-Semitic, and it goes the other way too. So, it just doesn't matter to me. If I'm talking about the Israeli government, I'm talking about the Israeli government, and I'm talking about Jews, I'm talking about Jews. I'll use those words talking about those things. That this has never been confusing, because I get the same thing with globalists. People go, why don't you just say Jews if you instead of globalists? And it's like, well, if I'm talking about Jews, I'll say Jews. But if I'm talking about people that aren't Jewish but are involved in the worldwide conspiracy to create a one world government, the likes of Joe Biden or others, then I'll use that word. And I'll use Zionist when I'm talking about people who have a religious dedication to the state of Israel and Zion and all that stuff. So I don't know. This has never been all that confusing to me, because you just use the words that you mean, and then nobody has to be confused.
Right. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Although they are all inextricably linked to Judaism as a philosophy.
But speaking of, Jews controlling our country, which does seem to be like
we have 40 questions related to this.
Well, no, I mean, I'm sure Harrison has seen this. This is coming from our friend Ryan Matta. Israel's cyber chief was arrested last week in Vegas during a pedophile sting operation. He was arrested and then set free so he could flee to Israel. Do Israelis have a free pass to rape American citizens? And this is a real story. I don't know what happened. Oh, I guess this is from Sean King, and that's not working. Par for the course for today. But
that's actually interesting. So I was just looking into this right before we went live. I was going down an interesting little rabbit hole, because this guy who was arrested was the architect of the so-called Cyber Dome, which is the cyber equivalent of the Iron Dome, and they're building one in Germany, and it's a dual project between Israel and America to create cybersecurity, which just means that our cybersecurity is in the hands of the Israelis at the end of the day. So that's an interesting thing. But apparently Sean King had all of his posts about this deleted overnight from X.
Oh, so that's why that's not working. Because that was a Sean King tweet.
If you go to Sean King's Substack, he wrote an article called "Elon Musk just deleted everything me and Grok wrote about why this Israeli sex criminal on X. What I show you next will blow your mind." So yeah, apparently he woke up in the morning and all of his tweets about this had been deleted by X.
That is incredible.
I forgot about this guy.
Does he have a... Hold on, let's see.
Wow, strange bedfellows.
Nevada court records.
I mean, to me, that is the most frustrating thing about being, anti-Israel, is like having to be allies, at least in part, with the likes of like Sean King and Hassan Piker. Like, it sucks. Yeah. It genuinely like makes me want to not support Palestine, but it's like at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep supporting them because they're the innocent party. But still, it's like, God, I wish these weren't our guys in this conflict, because I got no love for the likes of Sean King or Hassan Piker. But
do you think that there's any way to bring some level of unity back to this country through our mutual disdain for this spit of desert in the Middle East? Do you think that maybe we can... That there will be like an emergent American movement, like America First or something, I guess, because this is just so incredible. I mean, here's another article from Jerusalem Post about this. Here's another one, Israeli official arrested in Nevada. I mean, who could possibly be okay with this? I mean, like right, left, it shouldn't matter. This shouldn't even be partisan at this point. We've got foreign, intelligence officers raping American kids and being let go. This should not be politicized.
Jews are okay with this.
Well, this is a question for Harrison.
Well, no, I look, I've been saying this for a very long time. It's sort of, I think this is the big opportunity we're missing right now, is to come together on the left and the right to go, hey, I think you're a socialist idiot. You think I'm a fascist retard. I don't know what I can say on YouTube.
You can say whatever
you think
you
I'm
want.
not a nice person, but like, hey, we both want a country that's not dominated and controlled and seemingly entirely focused on servicing this, foreign power overseas. And again, I don't care why that is. Like, I always say the left is correct about Israel for the same reason they're wrong about everything else, right? They just see things in terms of like white people versus oppressed brown people. And so in that case, that happens to align with reality when it comes to Israel, but it makes them wrong about everything else. But hey, whatever. I support it. I am like a nationalist, and I come at it from a nationalist angle. Other people, whatever it is, we can all agree America needs to be out from under this wet blanket. We need to be taking care of our own people before the concerns and the whims of people, 20,000 miles away in Israel. So I don't understand how there isn't more cross-party movement, how we can't capture. I mean, basically, you've got our demographics split into two, but within those two, you've got the most sizable chunk of demographics are people that are sick of Israel dominating our geopolitics and even our domestic politics to a large degree. So I don't know how we can't come together on this. I don't know why everybody's so resistant to like, hey, let's take care of this first, and then we can, hate each other after that. But like, we all agree we should need to get out from under Israel. Let's do that. Why can't we do that?
Yeah, I mean, we've got, this is from Gallup poll. 60% of Americans disapprove of Israel's actions in Gaza. So, this ain't the 1990s anymore, or the 1980s or the 70s, because this has been going on for a very long time. Disapproval of the United States relationship with Israel is at an all-time high. Mm-hmm. It's never been, even during, was it the 6-Day War or the Yom Kippur War? We never saw statistics like this before. So it is quite incredible. And yeah, you're right. I didn't see this. Sean King did have all of his posts deleted by Twitter. This is incredible.
They say that this guy apparently, I don't know, I don't have the tweet in front of me, but somebody asked Grok, like, is this the guy that, is deleting your posts about Israel? And Grok responds, yes. So apparently this guy, I don't know, maybe is involved in X somehow, which wouldn't surprise me since Israel sort of has its tentacles all over our big tech censorship apparatus. So, this guy is the guy who's deciding, what Grok can report or not.
Ooh, Tom Alexander. No. Let's see.
Yeah, Alexandr, whatever it is. Alexandrovic. Tom Alexandrovic.
Yeah, that's so weird. This is crazy. But this isn't the only thing this week that has come up. It looks like we all have to go out and, participate in some peaceful protesting. According to the Times of Israel, legal group hails breakthrough as a U.S. judge equates the Israeli flag with Jewish identity, meaning that burning an Israeli flag is now illegal under the Civil Rights Act.
This sets an excellent precedent, though, not with the flag burning, but with he's confronting this conflation between Israeli government and Judaism. He's like, no, these are the same thing. I'm like, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I mean, the flag burning is kind of a secondary issue here.
Yeah.
But we can always look at this when we need it.
True. Harrison?
Yeah, no, it's outrageous, and I really wish I didn't, but I'm gonna have to burn an Israeli flag if that really is the case. I've heard other statements about that too, that it was about some guy who assaulted somebody with an Israeli flag, and so because it was an Israeli flag, they upped it to a hate crime when it would have just been as simple as, I don't know. It's all a little bit confusing, and honestly, just to flip the script a little bit, it genuinely reminds me of when Muslims will say we're gonna bomb you if you hold a draw Muhammad contest. And it's well, I didn't want to draw Muhammad, but when you say that I can't, now I have to. And
right.
I didn't even want to, but now you're making me. And if you're telling me it's illegal to, burn an Israeli flag, I have to burn an Israeli flag. I'm sorry. You're twisting my arm here.
Yeah, no, I've got my crack legal team on this, doing research. Because my thought was, when I first saw this, I'm yeah, I've got to go burn an Israeli flag now.
Yes.
So my thought was, maybe on September 11th, go down to the county courthouse with a burn barrel, do a little peaceful protesting.
You better get your legal team to figure it out before then.
Well, it's interesting, right? Because they kicked back to me, no, there should be no problem with this at all, but just don't burn an American flag. And I was like, oh, really? And sure enough, Title 18, Chapter 34, Section 1, public mutilation of the flag. In Idaho, any person who publicly mutilates, defaces, or tramples upon or burns with intent to insult the flag, standard, or colors, or ensign of the United States or the state of Idaho shall be guilty of a misdemeanor.
Oh, you can't burn an Idaho flag?
No. So I actually think that's kind of funny, because I'm pretty sure that law is illegal, but I like it.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be able to burn the American flag or the Idaho flag. I like this. I like this unconstitutional law. Maybe we need some more unconstitutional law.
No, I totally agree. People would be like, "Oh, this is ideologically inconsistent." I'm like, who cares? It's fine.
I mean, it's interesting. It's almost like flags as a symbol, or like, I mean, what's happening in England right now, where guys are going around putting up the St. George flag. That's a very powerful symbol of resistance against this, anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-English, apparatus that they have operating their country. So, you can't underestimate the power of symbols. There's a reason that they go so hard after symbols, because they're powerful, and it's not a small thing to just like to burn a flag or to raise a flag. Those are very powerful movements in humanity.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And
I saw that you had a back and forth with, is it Gad Sad? Gad Sad. It's Gad Sad.
Gad Sad. Where is it? I have this in the outline?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
He is perhaps the most irritating Jew on Twitter, which is funny because, so I was banned from Twitter for 7 years. And when I was able to get back on Twitter, it was my old follow list. And I used to follow him unironically. I actually liked him. And now I'm like, God, you're the worst. Can you tell us a little bit about how this came to be, what you guys were talking about?
Well, he just posted like the weirdest thing. And it's funny because people respond like, you don't get it. Gad Sad is a master satirist. And it's like, obviously not. Because I understand. So I've done some pretty popular satires in the past. This was not satire. So yeah, he just did this weird list where he's like, oh, so, your kid's addicted to porn, and, Jews are behind porn, and your kid's transgender, and Jews push transgenderism. Yes. And he's just like, oh, well, tough shit. And it's just like, what a weird thing to say. What a bizarre thing to say. Because I also don't understand the conflation of Jew hatred versus like what he just said. Like there's no hatred that's informing it. It's just what the facts are. Now you can disagree with that and lie about it, but I mean, that is the facts, and he's the one repeating it, just like I am, but I'm the one that hates Jews. Apparently it doesn't make any sense. So it was just confused. I was like, what point are you trying to make? Like, what are you even trying to say here? Because I don't get it. And I like how other people, screenshotted his post just without the last part. And it's like, yeah, good point. Gad Sad, keep going. And he retweets that going, see, hatred. And it's like, it's your post, dude. What are you talking about?
And then the last thing that he said in that post was, the Jew hatred that I'm now exposed to on a daily basis makes me long for my childhood in Lebanon, wherein we ran fast to avoid being exterminated due to genocidal Jew hatred. It's tough to remain hopeful. But what he doesn't say is that these things are not true. He doesn't refute any of these points. Right. I mean, obviously Jews are responsible for pornography. Mm-hmm. Obviously. Immigration, the transgender ideology, inflation. Yes. Fact check, true.
And that's what I said. And I didn't bother to go through and, catalog them, because I genuinely don't like spending my time going back and forth with people on X, but also everybody knows now, like you can find video after video after video where it's Jewish organizations going, if not for Jews, there would be no mass immigration. There would be no, gay rights movement, this sort of stuff. And it's like, somebody came up with a term for it, celebration parallax, where you can say the same thing, but if you're celebrating it, it's good. But if you're condemning it, it's bad, but you're saying the same thing. Right. And so that's, really what I was trying to point out was this, like, wait, you're saying the same stuff that you say anti-Semites say, you just want us to ignore it. I just don't get what his point even was. And that was my
right, because
that was my point in making that, is just like, what are you even saying? You're just saying like, yeah, we are behind this and tough shit. And it's like, what a horrible thing to say. Why would you not care about like a girl who was gang raped? That's such an evil thing to say.
He turned it into, he did like the most Jewish thing ever, which was turning it into him being a victim out of all of these terrible, terrible circumstances. Like, well, this is just hatred of Jews. It's like when your sense of morality, your most fundamental sense of morality, and your value system is violated in the most egregious ways, the obvious result is hatred. And so I'm not going to even do this thing, this Jew hatred thing that they've now launched, because calling people anti-Semitic is totally ineffective now. It doesn't work anymore. Right. I'm not doing this thing where I'm like, well, I don't hate Jews. I'm not doing any of this. I'm too tired.
I mean, I don't hate Jews, but
Yeah, I don't hate Jews either. That's why I feel like I like say all this stuff, because then because what you get in return is people going, oh, because I'm Jewish, I spend all day trying to turn kids trans. And it's like,
no,
if there's one thing we know about the Jews, it's that they're not low IQ. So I know you don't think that's what's going on. Like you're sort of boxed in by the fact that typically you're a smart people, you're an intelligent people. So I don't believe you when you play dumb like that and act like I'm calling all Jews transgender, pushers. It's like, that's not what I said. So you're just trying to, conflate my statement with some sort of predetermined Jew hatred that you're projecting onto me. And I reject it outright. I love Jews. And I'm not afraid to say it.
Love your enemies. That's what Jesus Christ said.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Love your enemies.
Am I allowed to say that I hate Judaism?
Sure, it's a false religion. Sure. It sends you to hell. You don't want people to go to hell, do you, Blonde? Do you need some more holy water?
Who?
I think you should be allowed to hate Jews. I just don't.
Listen, I think it's incredible, not only just having like this conversation, but the kind of arc that Alex Jones, your boss, has been on over the past, 15, 20 years,
75 years.
I know he's been an institution in the independent media space in this country for like almost 30 years, it seems like. And it is just incredible to see, there's that viral video that he did literally on September 12th, 2001, where he's like, we're going to get nuked because of Israel. Like literally, like first words out of his mouth was like, they're going to start a nuclear war because of this. And then, he kind of backed off of it for a couple of years. He was working with Matt Drudge and people like that. But now it's like every week it seems like there's like a new debate with like Nick Fuentes. He's bringing on the show. He's bringing on dissidents. He's not backing down. And, it's just one of those things where what the hell is going on? Because there's also, this weird paradox. Like I didn't even know about this thing you were talking about with like the Sean King tweets being deleted, but it's like on the one hand, these tweets are being deleted on X, but at the same time, tweets like this Gad Sad thing, tweets showing the truth of the Holocaust that's happening currently in Gaza, the mass murder of women and children in Palestine, they are being allowed to go viral, and public sentiment is shifting because of the algorithm on X. I will say that. And Elon is kind of responsible for that. But at the same time, he's also like, so it's just very weird, like, is it the kind of thing that like, Elon is compromised. And so he's having to allow for this collaboration with Israel to happen. But then, kind of as his way of getting back at them, he's like, unleashing the algorithm on X, I
don't know if it's that complicated.
I don't know if is it complicated? Is it not? I mean,
well, they can't suppress this content anymore.
That's true.
This is kind of a watershed moment culturally. Harrison, what do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And at the same time, like anti-Semitism is a key weapon in their arsenal, right? Like and I know it like sounds cliche, but it's absolutely true that like they want there to be genuine anti-Semitism so they can point to it and say, see, this is why we need censorship. Look at all these horrible, hateful people saying this. So again, anti-Semitism is a very useful tool for controlling non-Jews and Jews alike, because you got anti-Semitism, you get to tell the Jews, hey, see, they don't like you. They hate you. You have to support us and defend us, which is why you get Jews so willing to defend Israel, because, they have been programmed to feel like they're under attack, in the countries that they grew up in. It's all psyop upon psyop, as far as I can tell. In terms of censorship, I think Elon Musk absolutely unleashed X in a way that nobody wanted him to do outside of people like us. I think that's absolutely true. I think what's happened with TikTok, and the fact that it was owned by China, but like Israel has been embedded in the censorship apparatus for a long time. I mean, when Donald Trump was kicked off of Facebook in January of 2021, right after January 6th, the head of the oversight board at the time was the former justice minister of the state of Israel. So it's like you have literal, federal level Israeli, feds saying, kicking our president off of Facebook completely arbitrarily and with no, form of getting back on. So I think Israel is fighting a war. I think it's, they have some successes, they have some failures, and of course they're stuck in the Chinese finger trap of the more they do, the more people get mad and speak out against it. And they're really fighting a losing race at this point. And my advice is just fucking stop, y'all. Y'all gotta stop already.
Just stop. And it's not just in government, it's in media. I mean, Mark Levin spurging out every single day.
He mentioned TikTok, and this is new news. This just came out yesterday. It looks like TikTok's new ADL-backed anti-Semitism czar, Erica Mindel, is actually an ex-IDF instructor. So, this goes back to the war on TikTok at the very beginning, just before Trump came into office. They absolutely did a hostile takeover of TikTok and then replaced all of the leadership with Israeli intelligence assets. It's really incredible. Sorry. Now we can go on to
Mark the same thing happened at Facebook, where you've got that speech by that woman who's like, I'm the Jewish diaspora chief at Facebook, and I'm putting laws into place to stop people from criticizing us. And it's like, what, I'm not supposed to talk about that because she's Jewish? I'm supposed to act like that's okay, like that's cool? Like, no, it's not cool. You should not be allowed to do that. Nobody would be okay with that happening if it was any other people, organization, race, ethnicity, religion. It's outrageous that this is allowed to happen. So again, I genuinely just approach everything from like principle and from American principle. And something happens when Jews get involved. Everybody goes topsy-turvy and starts like contradicting their own, firmly held beliefs. And it's like, it's really not that hard. And again, it's the easy, what if it was on the other foot? But that breaks through to people sometimes, where you go, if the Catholic Church had anti-Christian monitors in every branch of the government and had, Catholic, Vatican approved censors placed in every big tech company, censoring everybody who signaled against the Pope, you wouldn't be okay with that. Why are you okay with it? Because it's Jews. It's not okay. They're a religion, they're a race, whatever. It doesn't matter. They shouldn't be treated better or special or have extra care given to them by the United States government. It is literally in direct contradiction and contravention of the First Amendment, and it shouldn't be allowed. And any argument about anti-Semitism or whatever is just distracting from that basic fact. We should not have a church, a state church, which is what we have with Judaism increasingly, more and more.
Yeah. If there was a white diaspora director that was, I would be 100% in support of this. Absolutely. What you were saying about Catholics, if they were supporting white nationalism and then they were doing that with an iron fist, I'd be like, rad. I'm here for this.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like if we had people on our side acting like Mark Levin, I think Harrison's right on this one. I think that people would freak out. Have you seen this video?
Oh, of course they would freak out.
Of Mark Levin
kvetching
at the recent Christians United for Israel conference. Let's take a listen to this.
We have a president who's leading on the fight against anti-Semitism. He's got the whole federal government focused on it. We have federal judges who are undermining us. We have local and state politicians who are undermining us. We have a media that's undermining us. No, never again. We are going to be heard, and we are going to fight this.
I mean, the optics. The optics. Hold on, he's not done.
You do not have the due process to chase Jewish kids back into their dorm rooms. Period. You do not have free speech to try and incite Kristallnachts all over this country. Period. That Constitution, those Bill of Rights, I know who those framers were and those founders were, and they wouldn't put up with this for a damn second.
Bruh.
Are you sure about that, Mark?
Bro, he sounds like Hitler.
I know. Yeah. Except for way less cool and charismatic.
Yeah, I know. He sounds like the Jewish version of like the caricature. Go ahead.
And to me, the most like annoying part of all of this is they've got MAGA people taking credit for this and actually celebrating it. It's like, y'all, how dumb can you possibly be? Like what's happening with UCLA, right? UCLA, which also, like that whole situation is completely absurd. The most violence that went on at UCLA was literally like Israeli IDF trained disruptors being brought in to physically attack the Palestinians, and then use that to justify the crackdown on the protest campsite there. So the whole thing is backwards anyway. But it's like you've got Trump going in saying basically you're going to have anti-Semitism monitors. You're going to like carve out special, privileges for Jewish students. You're going to shut down free speech if it's not in favor of this foreign nation. And then you've got Trump supporters being like, yeah, take that, UCLA. That's what you get for being woke. It's like, y'all, you're just completely being used here. How do you not know that you're being used here? Same thing with TikTok, right? Trump tried to get something against TikTok. He tried to shut TikTok down his first administration. Nobody went for it. Nobody wanted it. The Republicans wanted it. The Democrats had nothing to do with it. Then it's the instant it's for Israel, everybody sweeps in and it passes immediately. Within 2 weeks, they've, got orders to shut down TikTok. And it's like, and then people go, yeah, we're fighting against the Chinese. And it's like, y'all, you're so dumb. This has nothing to do with the Chinese. If it did, then they would have passed this 4 years ago when they first tried it. It's only happening now because Israel. Same thing happened with Harvard and the president there. It was obviously about Israel. It was obviously about the Gaza protest. And yet they go, no, actually it was DEI and I don't know, but plagiarism. And all the right wingers are like, yeah, we got another scalp for DEI. And then the black female, Harvard president is replaced with somebody just as committed to DEI, just as, progressive and left wing, only he's an Israeli guy that's going to, support Israel. So it's like, stop acting like these are victories. These are not victories for anything to do with America or America First or, our movement whatsoever. We are literally just making enemies on behalf of Israel and taking the blame for stuff that Israel wants us to do. It's retarded, frankly.
This is a victory for the dissident right, though, because there is a chasm between what we believe and what Con Inc. believes. And so watching them be hoisted on their own petard has been so satisfying. It's been so satisfying. And I love to see this divide grow because I'm like, I have as little in common with you people as I do with a lot of people on the left. And we are purifying the movement.
It's incredible. MAGA is brain dead. It's like a brain dead patient on on the operating table with like the recirculation machines going. It's just not
hopium.
Yeah. I mean, like I remember a MAGA just 4 years ago that like fucking hated Lindsey Graham, hated him. Now we've got Lindsey Graham, speaking at, what is this? The South Carolina Republican Party. And everyone's like cheering for him. And it's like, what happened here? Let's, we got a quick clip from Lindsey Graham.
My party, I'm tired of this crap. Israel is our friend. They're the most reliable friend we have in the Mideast. They're a democracy. Surrounded by people who would cut their throats if they could. This is not a hard choice if you're an American. It's not a hard choice if you're a Christian. A word of warning. If America pulls the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on us. And we're not going to let that happen.
I mean, it is kind of a tepid clap. It is kind of a tepid clap.
But it's so obvious. It's on display that Christian Zionism is a scourge to humanity when you see Lindsey Graham talk like this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I tweeted about this. It's ever since America decided to bless Israel, God has cursed our country with declining church attendance, single motherhood, multiculturalism, declining wages, pornography, abortion, sodomy, divorce, debt, war, and Zog.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And there is no way to refute that.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I was arguing with Grok about this, and Grok's like, well, because I wanted to get like a chart that like put all of it together. And Grok's like, there's no scientific way to quantify the amount of Zog. I'm like, okay, how about we look at the funding for AIPAC maybe? There's a... Anyway, it wasn't smart enough. We need a new Grok. We need to unleash Mecha Hitler again.
Oh yeah, those were the days last month.
Oh man, but you know, Harrison, you're in Texas. Isn't that like that's kind of Christian Zionist hell?
You know, a little bit, but like a lot of people that I talked to that were very pro-Israel in the beginning of the conflict, like aren't that way anymore. I mean, and you were noticing it with people like Alex, and you know, a lot of that, like you're making the joke, oh, he's been doing this for 45 years. A lot of that is holdovers from like the 90s when genuinely you had the ADL and AIPAC themselves and the SPLC themselves were the ones running the like, you know, Nazi militias and shit. So, you know, I think there's still some of that instinct of just like, oh, they're like Nazis or like anti-Jewish. It's like, I've seen this before. They're literally all Jews that work for the ADL that are setting up everybody who interacts with them. And so I think there's a lot of that holdover from like the 90s and the late 80s when a lot of that sort of false flagging was going on. But I think people are sort of going, all right, this is not just anti-Semitism. Like everything, all the arguments from the Israeli side are just not, they just don't mean anything. It just doesn't mean anything. They're just going, oh, if we pull the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on America. It's like, what does that even mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's nonsense. It's just, there is no pulling the plug on Israel. It's a country. All right. We can stop funding them. Is that what you're talking about? And if that case, what, God's going to stop funding America? Like it genuinely is just nonsense. At best, it's nonsense, right? At best, it literally means nothing. They might as well be saying supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and everybody cheers. Like, it just doesn't mean anything at best. At worst, it's literally the exact opposite when they go, Israel is the bulwark, keeping Islam out of Europe. And it's like the entire reason that there are any Muslims in Europe is because of the wars in the Middle East that America's fought on behalf of Israel. So it's not just not correct. It is an inversion of reality. So, at best, it just means nothing. At worst, it is a straight up one-to-one inversion of what's actually happening. So you can only keep that propped up for so long before, a year or two down the line, people go, all right, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm seeing what you're doing every single day. I can't even keep track of it. It's wild. It's wild how aggressive they're being in destroying their own reputation.
Yeah, it is incredible. Yeah. And
can I comment? Hold on. I'm sorry. I just saw in the chat. Does Adam King still work with Alex Jones? Adam King has never worked for Infowars. He's never worked for Alex Jones. He's like guest hosted a spot here or there, as have thousands of people over the time. But no, he is not associated with Infowars at all. He does not speak for Infowars. He does not work for Infowars. We're sick of him saying that he does.
I think Adam has like a band.video channel where he like independently uploads his own video. But I think that was just like, I'm pretty sure that's an open platform. Like anybody can go sign up for a band video account. Yeah.
So does David Icke, and he spends half his time calling Alex Jones, retarded. So it's not about who we appreciate, who speaks for us. It's,
speaking of Alex Jones,
censorship-free platform we provide for a lot of people.
Listen, speaking of Alex Jones, I don't know if I told you this, Rebecca. I had the weirdest dream. Okay, I had the strangest dream over the weekend. Right, like we were hosting a conference here in Idaho in the dream. And it was in Rathdrum, and everybody got out of the conference and we wanted to eat food. And so we went to Papa John's, and lo and behold, who owned the Papa John's in my dream but Alex fucking Jones?
What does it mean?
I don't know.
Papa John's.
I don't know what it means, but like I straight up had a dream about this. And it's really weird. So I kind of think Alex needs to like get into the pizza ownership business.
Didn't Papa John's have to get bought over by some celebrity because the guy dropped an N-bomb?
N-word. Yeah. Oh, what did he say? He was like, oh, I forget what he said. He's like, like punishment's coming. He was doing these countdown videos. I've been having really weird, vivid dreams recently.
It's the methylene blue.
It's probably the methylene blue, unironically, which I have been taking from the Alex Jones store. It is.
See, Alex Jones
some of the finest methylene blue you can get, and you can get it on Infowars store. Where is it? The official Alex Jones store. And we are not actually...
AlexJonesStore.com/Harrison.
We are not actually being paid to shill this. Although, Harrison, I got to tell you, I am willing to shill Alex Jones methylene blue for money.
Uh-huh.
Well, you need your own link. Just like I have the AlexJonesStore.com/Harrison, you need the AlexJonesStore.com/the Backlash. You can sign up for it.
Well,
anybody can do that.
I was thinking we should not only do that, but Blonde, I think we should hop on a plane and go do a Backlash takeover of Infowars someday.
Have we been invited?
I'm inviting us now.
we can do it.
Get us in, Harrison.
Make sure you get your last-minute super chats in. Any questions that you might have for Harrison Smith before we move on. I've got a boat ride to go on today.
Oh, okay.
One of our listeners has a giant pontoon boat, And he's like, I want to take you out on the boat. So if I
mentioned
don't show up on Wednesday,
you're going to get murdered for sure. You're 100% chance.
He's going to drown me.
I'll do a speech at your funeral and I'll be like, I told him he was going to get murdered and then he got murdered. So I really feel like this is on him. God rest his soul.
Play the scene from It's Always Sunny about the implication.
It's the implication. Yeah, really.
Didn't know him the whole time.
I think we had a few questions come in for Mr. Harrison Smith.
I do think we did. We actually got through. Look at all of those stories we covered.
I know.
We can, in fact, do this.
It's because he's a concise speaker and a smart young man.
True.
I'm a professional, damn it. And after this, I'm gonna get right back into bed and I'm gonna keep watching Heat on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
But we're making it. We're making it through.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, even though you're sick. I'm sick too. I've got the parish special. It's been lingering for like a little bit longer than a week. The kids start licking the pews.
I don't know what is going on now. Like sicknesses now are not like how they were when I was growing. And I've entirely blamed COVID and whatever this technologically destroyed immune systems we have. Like I came back and I was like, I was feeling a bit fluish and my wife is like, vomiting, and then my kids are like getting rashes, and it's like, how do we all have different symptoms? Like, what is happening here? We all had completely different symptoms, but everybody in my family was sick at the same time all last week.
And then it's never like you get the sniffles. It's like you have 104 fever and you're gonna die, and you're sick for a month. Yeah. I obviously didn't get the vaccine, crazy. But like the last few, although this aligns with having young kids, but the last few years I've never been sicker.
Yeah,
and I've gotten COVID like 3 times.
I have noticed that something. I just feel like people's immune systems in general are
compromised.
Weaker. And is it the vaccines, or is it just like the shitty food, the slop that they have us eating? Is it because we're like indoors more than ever, and maybe what's his face? Boomer Cruz, Dr. Jack. Maybe Jack Cruz is right about the light. The light weakening our immune system. I don't know. All right, we do have some super chats here. Let's see. The 18th. Western Specialist sent $10. Please consider asking Frank De Silva to appear on your show. He is the author of Brutish Vegan, books which are fascinating account of his time with Robert J. Matthews Group. The Order. Speaking of the Nazi groups from the 80s and the 90s, the books are interesting. Maybe. I mean,
we had them in a
Twitter space. And the Spokane Zionists are, like their number one pinned tweet, by the way. They're like, that guy
is like sexually obsessed with you.
I know. It's weird.
Yeah, it is really weird.
It's odd. I was telling Harrison on the phone yesterday, like, I think I have more people that hate watch my content than Nick, frankly. At this point.
People really hate you.
People really hate me. I love it. It's great. I feed off of it.
It must be this
because you're such a nice guy.
I am a really nice guy.
They want you to be worse, but you're not, and that's upsetting to them.
My mom kisses you goodnight sent $10, and my cheeks are sad and dry. What?
Oh, well, we have a fix for that. Idaho Tala, we'll talk about them in a few minutes.
What? I don't get that. Okay, weird comments. Righteous Muffin sent $10. I've only seen a bit of Harrison, and I like him and his Twitter account. But I gotta ask, is he part Jewish? It's the nose, bud. Oh, come on. Please, look at his beautiful face, his handsome face. You think that? No way. Nuh-uh.
I'm not. I'm not Jewish.
Okay. Are you
I'm not
Italian?
Jewish in any sense of the word.
What is? I remember when Vince and I went down to Texas and we like had a little dinner party over at his place, and I forget. I think we talked about it. I'm not remembering. I'm sick. Now I'm sick. What is your ethnic background?
We need proof.
I had a very funny conversation with my grandfather where he's like, well, let's see, you got family from France, Italy, Sicily, Ireland, Wales, of course, England, Northern Germany. And it's like, okay, so just Europe, literally just everywhere in Europe all at once. That is my ethnicity.
American mutt. It's
purebred American mutt. That's exactly right.
Hell yeah. I was talking with my dad, who's visiting in town, and it is kind of funny because like I'm only a third generation American. Mm-hmm. You go back to like the Mayflower,
1607.
I bust this out for like every interview, but this always comes up. I actually have a certification here
Heritage
colony
American?
of Texas.
Ah.
I'm a eighth generation Texan, and
Wow.
certified. I'm a descendant of the first Anglos to settle in the country or the area of Texas with Stephen F. Austin, and
that's incredible.
My ancestors were French noblemen that were driven out because of the Revolution.
Wow.
And had to come here. But I also have descendants at the Mayflower. Came over on the Mayflower. So I'm literally as American as you can possibly be.
You can stay, Dave.
That's
though.
incredible. See, it's interesting. My family in France, we were from Alsace-Lorraine. We were driven out during the Revolution. Mm-hmm. We were hosting like a secret underground priest smuggling ring in our barn.
Wow.
And we had to flee to Germany. But so we didn't go right from 1789 right to America. We went to Germany for 100 years and then came to America. And so it's always funny, when Vince was on the show, he's like, us Irish Italians, we built America. And it's like, yeah, your wave of migrants did. No. I came after y'all built everything. Yeah. We ran a liquor store, okay? We ran a liquor store in Philadelphia, okay?
I've got part of my family was Quakers, part of them from Sicily. So I have this weird dichotomy in my mind where half of me is the Northern European, very calm and very just, statistics and everyone is honest all the time. And then my other half is Sicilian, who's screwing me over and how, what's happening, what's really going
tables,
on here. I feel it. I feel the dichotomy in my mind.
That's amazing. We got a super chat from Big Mad Lad who sent $5. We need to use lawfare ourselves. We need pro-white law firms full of attorneys suing companies and orgs for anti-white discrimination. There are tons of lawsuits and millions of dollars that could be won if we just had people working them. Well, you're going to have to go to college to do that.
I totally agree. Right. We really need to stop this anti-college kick. What we need to be doing is taking over, letting the universities fail that deserve it, which is probably 90% of the university system. And then we need to take back your Ivy Leagues, your elite institutions. And we need lawyers. We need doctors. I don't want some black chick doing an appendectomy on me or whatever. Yeah. Shit.
The Boo Man sent $20 on Entropy. Will simp for blonde.
Oh, thank you so much.
No simps, no e-girls ever. What is your problem?
Listen, if there is one e-girl exception, if there is just one, it is obviously me.
No.
I'm the best e-girl.
When we get Nick on the show, he is going to ream you out.
Oh, I know.
It's going to be great.
I'll cry
one of these days
because I truly respect him. I don't know if I could handle it.
We do also have some super chats on our official YouTube channel. I don't know. Is there a way to get these things to pop up like the other super chats?
Dave, I have no idea.
I don't know. Okay, this is the first time in 8 years of working in dissident media that we've been allowed to have a YouTube channel.
I know.
And get
he
super
texted
chats.
me and he's like, "We can get super chats," and I was like, "Are you a Fed? Why can we get super chats?" This
I'm rubbing my hands.
I know it creates more problems than it solves because I think it's ruining our street cred.
We have to explain ourselves. Why are you not deplatformed? Why aren't you banned? Why are you monetized?
I have no idea. I truly don't know.
Anyway, Bill Peterson sent $19.99. My skin feels great from your tallow soap, and I'm working on a real estate collective similar to Arkansas RTTL. Thanks for leading our people. I've returned to my faith as well. Your show opened the door. Rise white diaspora.
Awesome. I love it. Global white, global Aryan diaspora.
Very based. Good that you got back to church. That is so important. It is such a grounding thing, because when we talk to Arvel, it's just how do you bring all these disparate people together from different, we're all white, but we all have different cultural backgrounds. And it's you got to have something that binds you together.
The ties that bind.
And
indeed.
Faith is very important to that. Good Citizen sent $14.88. I wish Gab Pay had worked out. Seems to have fizzled. We need our own payment systems. Very true.
We do.
And we are working on something actually up here at the Backlash, hopefully for merch, which we'll be able to announce by the end of the month. Very exciting. Oh my, I'm getting worse every minute. I need to go back into the sauna. Mike Hawk 420 Blazin.
Hey.
Mike Hawk 420 Blazin sent $10. Don't worry, Dave. I hate K-words, N-words, Pajeets, Spics, and Chinks enough for the both of us. Well, that's very sweet of you.
Good for you, buddy.
That's very sweet of you. Book Track Groove sent $10. Smith, do you know the aristocratic utensil? Have you spoken with the lotus eaters?
I do. Well, I don't know aristocratic utensil, but ironically, I was literally just watching his video earlier today about, I think, Academic Agent had a debate, whatever his latest video was. I like him a lot. I think he's very smart. When Carl Benjamin was in town, we hung out for a little while, and I think they're great. I'm incredibly impressed at their longevity and success, and I hope they only continue to grow.
He really came along, Sargon. I was skeptical that he was going to get there, but now he's there. He's
think about all the other people that were around at that time that have either just fizzled out into nothingness or become iDubbbz of all people. Like, good Lord. God. And then, Sargon is just like leveled up every step of the way. It's very impressive.
It is impressive. Yeah.
Has he been, is he on the same
wavelength?
Is he? Oh, really?
He's there.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen people that were like, I don't know. I always thought that he was like alt-light or something. I didn't realize that he graduated.
He's not carpet bombing JQ stuff, but he's in his sphere and he's really in his element and he's doing good, meaningful work.
That's good. Yeah, Jay Dyer also been doing some very good stuff.
What made us win in 2016 was people like Sargon who, were deliberately not trying to cause trouble and were just like, here's a very intellectual argument backing up our stances. And like that really is what we need, because, a lot of the space is taken up with sort of shock value stuff, and not to dismiss that or say, it's not effective. Obviously, people are doing it for a reason. But then like Sargon will make these videos, like he did one about the end of history and the return of the great man. And it puts a philosophical or like underlying, I don't even know how to put it. Like it places us in history. It tells us like where we're going and provides a lot of quotes from thinkers from hundreds of years ago that just give a intellectual foundation to what like most of us just understand instinctually. I think that's incredibly valuable. And I think he's really, really good. One of the best.
Oh, I don't disagree. I mean, I think it's going to be a combination of both the intellectual, but then, at the same time, talking about shock value stuff, we got this video that just came out a couple yesterday, maybe August 17th, little kid coming home with a pail of water.
Oh my God.
Look away if you want. Drone strike, vaporized immediately. This is the kind of stuff that should shock the conscience. And it's just very, like, we paid for that. Our taxes paid for that. Are you happy? Are you happy that you're supporting murdering children trying to bring water to their homes? Because that's what's going on. And I don't even feel like that's a very incendiary argument. I don't think it's intellectual either. It's just black and white right there, right and wrong.
Well, and that's what everybody wants to get away from, is just the very simple assertion that like killing kids is wrong. And like, that's always my stance. So it's like, how can you even argue with that? The only way you can do it is by trying to spin it out into something about anti-Semitism or the Holocaust, or, so you are in favor of Hamas. And it's like, this is all stupid. Yep. Let's stick to the point. It's wrong to kill children. Are you really defending that? Or do you agree with me? Because that's the only options.
Pro-life.
And it's the truth. It's just that it is that simple, actually, at the end of the day.
No, it really is. And it's just incredible to me, these so-called pro-life Christians that, they'll rally for, abortion. They'll rally for all of these, they'll pray outside of abortion clinics. But then when it comes to, a 4-year-old, and all of a sudden they deserve it. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah, especially with the politicians. It's like they just gives them an excuse to be all of the things that the left calls them, right? It's like the left will just be like, these right-wingers, they're warmongers, they're racist, they hate everybody. And it's like, that's not true until Israel gets in the mix. And suddenly all these, typically reasonable Republicans are just like, fucking let them starve, glass the whole place, kill them all. And it's like, I think they just get off on that. And they like having the excuse, the approved way to, express that sort of seething hatred that they feel.
It's awful. We do have one last super chat that came in a little late. This is interesting. Big Mad Lad sent $5. Why are Groypers trying to prop up Gavin Newsom like they did with that disgusting black rapper Ye24? Newsom wants to bring in millions of nons. Don't be afraid to criticize them when they are wrong. No one should be above criticism, including Nick. Disavow.
I think that I actually think that it's it's a little trolling. I don't think they actually like Gavin Newsom, but he does have a beautiful family. He has 4 white nice children. Family. And then the juxtaposition between him and JD Vance is hilarious. I mean,
I do think it's funny. Well, and Newsom is retweeting.
They just haven't looked into Gavin Newsom as much as they have JD Vance. Like you ask him about JD Vance, and they'll give you his whole timeline with how he met Teal here, and he but they just haven't done that with Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is just as tied in with Teal as JD Vance is. Yes. They just haven't done that research yet.
Yes, I think I saw there was a tweet that just came out. Hold on, let me see.
I don't think they're serious about it.
No, it's purely a propaganda. Funny. Is this it? I saw like the Newsom War Room or whatever, like retweeted young Putin or something like that. And it was like, I miss that scarf. I can't find it right now. But I mean, look, I think it's trolly. It's funny. We're not even 1 year into the Trump administration yet. And people are like, I'm going to vote for Newsom. Like, it's a joke.
It is a joke.
It's
a
joke. Anyway.
Yep. Oh, are we good? Did we get?
I think we're good. Oh no, Big Mad Lad just sent another $5. He's never going to let us like end the stream. If Dave can simp for Nick, then I can simp for Blonde.
Got you.
Fair enough. Fair is fair.
By the way, happy birthday
to Mr. Nick Fuentes.
Mr. Nick Fuentes. He is the birthday boy today. So.
But this is about Harrison. Harrison, where can people find you? You can be found at Twitter at Harrison H. Smith. Where else?
Yeah, Harrison H. Smith. That's the best place. I stream on Rumble at Moonbase Live. Moonbase Live is the channel there. And of course, Infowars.com/show. Support us at thealexjonesstore.com/Harrison. And watch American Journal and give us a call. Call in. Tell us what you think. So awesome. it's very fun taking calls from anybody at any moment. It keeps me sharp. So
call in, harass him, give him your best, give him hell. Me, yeah. Thank you so much, Harrison, for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure.
That was great.
That was fun. Yeah.
We'll have to do that again. I think we're gonna have to do like a big like Christmas stream.
And that sounds
get everybody involved. You know, I don't know does the millennial happen still?
Yes, of course.
Millennial woes.
Let's talk Antelope Hill.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about all of the technical glitcheries.
It was not our fault. It absolutely was not.
You know. Twice, Starlink got us. Antelope Hill Publishing is fighting to keep history alive against the regime of anti-white censorship and publishing a new generation of dissident, radical, and right-wing researchers, philosophers, polemicists, and writers. They have an eclectic catalog that includes veteran right-wing authors and academics like Kerry Bolton, Dr. Ricardo Duchesne, and Paul Kersey, as well as newer figures like Lord Miles Routledge of Afghanistan, Josh Neal, and Christian Secor, in addition to a long list of original translations or modern reprints of otherwise inaccessible historical works from eras such as fascist Italy, National Socialist Germany, and even medieval Europe. Their original works include groundbreaking investigations into the causes and funding behind transgenderism and the opioid crisis, books on Christian nationalism and American folktales. Additionally, Antelope Hill contributes to the regeneration of our culture and rebirth of our family values through their top-quality fiction, including books like Let Them Look West and World Separated, and a collection of beautifully illustrated and wholesome children's books. Whatever your interest is, you're bound to find books that you like at Antelope Hill, all professionally published, with cover art that will grace your bookshelves. Help us and help our people. Help us and help our people by checking out companies that share our values and work to preserve the birthright of our history. Visit AntelopeHillPublishing.com today.
Sorry, Antelope Hill.
Whoops, sorry. I was holding it in as long as I could. I didn't bring any napkins either. I can't blow my nose.
We had an opportunity to discuss tallow with one of those super chats, and then we failed to do it.
We did. What was that? There was something about their cheeks.
It said their cheeks are so dry.
Their cheeks are dry. What does that even mean? My mom kisses you goodnight, sent $10, and my cheeks are sad and dry. That's such a weird...
Even if it's your butt or your face?
If it's your butt cheeks, if it's your face cheeks, it don't matter because Idaho Tallow Company will help reinvigorate yo cheeks.
Yo cheeks.
Yo cheeks.
They're going to hate this.
If you are sick and tired of skincare packed with chemicals and endocrine disruptors that you can't pronounce, North Idaho Tallow Company keeps it simple with grass-fed tallow, time-tested ingredients, and zero junk. Our soaps, balms, and lip balm are packed with bioavailable nutrients that your skin actually needs. No fillers, no endocrine disruptors, just rugged, reliable skincare that works. Ditch the synthetic garbage and switch to North Idaho Tallow Company. Get yours today at idahotallow.com. And by the way, they have a Soap of the Month club. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see. Yeah, here it is. The 3-bar Soap of the Month subscription. $27 gets you 3 bars of soap every month. And of course, a large portion of those proceeds goes towards our show to help us bring you the content that you love. And the Soap of the Month for September smells exquisite.
Oh, yeah. I smelled it.
It smells 100. 100.
Just 100.
100 emoji. Sorry. I need to get over this cold. This is like really bad.
So we were in Whitefish and there was this restaurant there that had a tranny flag out. And
oh, God.
We've talked to our daughter about this kind of stuff. And she goes, that restaurant deserves 0 stars and 30 X's. Like she has a basic understanding of online reviews. I'm like, what is happening right now?
Smart kid. Yeah. Smart kid. We got to raise a new generation of bad reviewers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't do this.
You can do it. We got one more ad. And then you're going to get murdered on a boat and you never have to get sick ever again. Silver linings.
I will embrace death like a close friend that I haven't seen in a very long time. I'll just be like, come here, buddy. Give me a hug.
I'm so tired of getting sick.
As the Grim Reaper comes. You know,
it's okay.
You know who hasn't slandered me or like defamed me or like
nobody, literally no one.
The Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper's always been. He's just waiting.
So that's your guest list. That's the only person.
Atlas Bullion is one of our sponsors. They're fantastic, and they are here to help you meet your financial goals. Every purchase you make not only helps you secure real wealth in precious metals, but also supplies us, the Backlash, an ability to bring you news and narratives that counter the mainstream and spark meaningful discussions about the future of our nation. Your support enables our show to dive in and deliver bold, unfiltered commentary on the cultural, political, and economic shifts occurring and shaping our world. Thank you for being a part of this movement. And,
you can do it, buddy. Dude, the man flu.
Bro, it's so bad. You can stack precious metals the easy way with Atlas Bullion's diverse subscriptions. Or, if you don't like diversity, believe me, we got you covered too. You can just get a silver subscription or a gold subscription with plans starting as low as $55 a month for the silver, plans as low as $200 a month with gold, and you can start stacking metals that can't be debased by the Federal Reserve. So if there ever is a economic collapse, which it is looking more and more like,
there will be.
You can be prepared. There's also some amazing options like the Little Legends, which is for kids. So you can get your kids signed up. They get a little box. You can open it up with them every month and teach them about real, sound, hard money as opposed to the fake green shit that they
floating
print
around. Yep.
in where do they print? Is that
the Treasury?
Yeah, where is that?
Oh,
that's Washington, right? Do they actually do the printing there? I bet you money that they just print this shit in China now. They just print the dollars in China and ship them over.
Can't be.
That would be really
DC.
funny. Okay, they print them in DC. Okay, well, hey, Cantillon effect. That's why all these people in DC are rich.
All right, we're gonna let Dave go nurse his man flu.
I gotta get better before I go on this boat ride.
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
just
I told you
dive off the back right into the propellers.
That would be a kind of a heroic suicide.
Suicide is not heroic. Don't do that. There is more to life. If you need someone, we can get you a
call this hotline. The Backlash.
Oh boy, yeah. You want to convince me? Call me, buddy. Believe me, you're doing just fine.
You're doing great. You can do it. You're doing great. You can find us on X at Real Backlash, but find all of our links on our website, thebacklash.net. We have a great
backlash.net/subscribe brings you to that page. With all of our platforms, we do appreciate it.
We have a great show prep for Wednesday.
Oh yes, we do. It's going to be a big show.
Big show every Wednesday.
Show.
We'll see you at 3:00 Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. See you then.